Focus on effort, not results. The results that you seek will also seek you. The fruits of your labor is found in doing the labor itself. When I first came across this concept of putting effort above results, it was from Brandon Carter. And if you might know, on YouTube, he has his Victory Unit podcast. One of the things that Brandon Carter said in one of his live streams was that there are two types of things that show you are successful, and they are leading indicators and lagging indicators. A leading indicator, it's the things that lead up to a result. And so if your result is to run a marathon, your leading indicators would be that you wake up at a certain time, go out, you train with a coach, you go to exercises, you get your nutrition down, you lose some weight, you train more, and you get used to the equipment and whatnot. And so what happens is that once you do those day by day steps in the beginning of your journey, over time, it leads up to the lagging indicator, which in our example is the marathon. And so one of the things that we tend to forget, myself especially, is that the work needs to be done now in order for the future to see that result. The current version of us needs to do the work for the future version of ourselves to see the result. And so for me, just that word leading helped me go from doing the things that I wanted to do into doing the things that I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be. And so as a result of that, the word leading, it stuck in the back of my mind as being the indicator that what I was doing had a purpose. There was an end goal for doing all of this work and all of this effort. It was to get a certain result. And now the thing is, in order for you to get that result, you must strip away the meaning that result has to you. And so there's this wonderful passage in the Bhagavad Gita that states, you have the right to work, but for the work's sake only. You have no right to the fruits of work. Desire for the fruits of work must never be your motive in working. Never give way to laziness either. One of the things essential in terms of seeking the results that you want, you must first be able to disassociate yourself from the feeling of that result that it will give you. Instead, take the feeling that the result will give you and apply it to yourself now. So then that way, the work that you're putting in gives you that feeling. And technically that feeling it would be dopamine. And so what you want to do is you want to train yourself, train your mind, and train your daily habits. So then that way you get off on doing the things that will lead you to the result that you desire. So then that way it seems effortless. The effort you are putting in to the work will seem as if it is fun, and it seems as if it is the result itself. And so this is just one of the ways you can do in order to make sure you get from point A to point Z in a much faster time frame, because whatever is fun, that's what we tend to do more of instinctively. And so one of the things for me right now, what I'm doing is I'm learning how to edit using DaVinci Resolve. And so one of my initial hangups when I first started my podcast was, how do I put this thing together? And so I first stumbled across different editors like Premiere Pro, Adobe Audition, but in using those editors, the learning curve, it was massive. You needed to spend at least a few months just learning how everything was laid out, what button does what, and how to operate this system. And so that's why I chose a much more streamlined and efficient editor for my podcast, which is the script. But in terms of utilizing DaVinci Resolve, what that then does is that it raises my skill set level in order for me to edit more high quality footage and audio. So what I'm doing is I'm building a skill set for myself that I can take from what I've mastered in podcasting in terms of talking with people, interviewing them, getting their story, and then putting it into a narrative way, in a narrative structure. So then that point, I'll be able to reach more people through that medium and be able to do it in such a way that it is engaging and entertaining. The main thing I want you to take away from this video is associate doing the work with something that feels really good. So then that way you do more of the work. And whenever you do more of the work, what's going to happen is that the results will soon follow. Thank you for watching this video. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.